Far Cry Primal's prehistoric version of Far Cry's one-man versus a savage frontier shtick feels surprisingly authentic. It'll go down in gaming history for its brutal and satisfying close quarters combat and wild beast maulings, but not for its startlingly basic campaign. Far Cry Primal casts us as a Stone Age hunter called Takar, who will apparently drink anything. We also know he has a beard because, well, you can see it in this little icon. Unfortunately, that's literally all we ever learn about Takar, and as such, he isn't an especially engaging or interesting protagonist. Our one job as Takar is to achieve dominance over two separate enemy tribes by working alongside several allies to gain the abilities he needs to defeat the enemy leaders. Unfortunately, this elevator pitch is also the entire plot synopsis. Ubisoft has made a move away from linear storytelling, but at a cost. It took me around 20 hours to get through Primal's main campaign and just some of the available side quests, and the story does retain Far Cry's now signature supernatural flourishes, but it lacks any real twists, intrigue, rollicking set pieces, drama, or depth. It just hums along sedately until culminating in a pair of standard issue boss fights. As such, neither of Primal's main villains are a patch on Far Cry 4's sadistic pagan Min or Far Cry 3's frighteningly unpredictable Vars. Though they're underused, I like the secondary cast, from the one-eyed guy who expresses his brotherly respect via swift headbutts, to the one-armed bloke who I suspect peed on me just so he could choose my nickname. The detailed character design on these fellow tribespeople is uniformly excellent, and their performances are terrific in the context of Primal's credible ancient feel. Well, all except for the jarringly odd Evel Knievel caveman, who appears to have strolled directly off the set of a secret sequel to Encino Man.
Oh, long time!
Far Cry Primal's strengths instead lie in its reliable gameplay systems. The main thread of go here and fetch this and kill that missions lacks variety, but I quickly became hooked on Primal's well-worn cycle of devastating enemy outposts, uncovering resources and loot to improve my gear, and tracking down and taming as many beasts as I could find. Taming dangerous animals is an integral part of Primal and adds greatly to both combat and travel. The Bloodfang Sabertooth, for instance, is supremely strong and will move you around the map rapidly. The leopard will auto-tag nearby animals, and the badger can revive itself from death. Just don't pet your badger too much. No, that's not a euphemism. Takar's omnipresent owl companion, a deadly drone-like feature that I relied on often, is also exceptionally useful. Don't forget about it. Crushing enemy camps is a familiar experience, but they're generally the best showcase for Primal's brand of close combat. As usual, you can always opt to stalk the perimeters, tag enemies, and sneak in seeking stealth takedowns. Although now you can do it with a cave bear the size of a Volkswagen as your obedient backup. But when things get loud, Primal demands a dynamic approach to skirmishes. You'll be swapping weapons often, which gives you a good reason to invest energy in upgrading all your kit. Primal is handsome enough on PS4, but I found the quality ranges. The animals, weapons, and character models are exceptional, but the environmental effects like fire and particularly water are average at best. The audio, however, is top-notch, from great gory weapon hits to the unique bark of a badger skulking nearby to the hum of mosquitoes by a river's edge. Far Cry Primal succeeds in transporting the Far Cry formula back in time and comes to the table with a quiver full of neat ideas and a dangerous and fascinating open world. The visceral and varied combat is fun, the beast-based gameplay is a winner, and the lure of camp claiming, gear crafting, beast hunting, and resource gathering remains irresistible. It is undermined, however, by a disappointing lack of investment in its story, some often forgettable quests, and its vanilla villains, which unfortunately combine to make Primal feel like a step back from the memorable moments of Far Cry 3 and 4. For more on all things Far Cry, stick with IGN.